Hola. These notes of plurals of nouns and articles go along with today's lesson. Please, before you watch the lesson, cut and paste this page onto page 62 and highlight. Make sure you have a title at the top and you've numbered your pages. When you go over to this page will not be used in the lesson, but we are going to go over this in class. Also make sure you cut and paste this onto page 61, put a title at the top, and highlight accordingly. I'll give you a second to pause and finish highlighting as needed, and then we will go ahead and start the lesson.
Hola estudiantes! In this lesson I will teach you how to make nouns plural and definite and indefinite articles plural. First I would like to start with the nouns and show you the 3 simple rules in how to make nouns plural. The first rule is if the noun ends with a vowel, like silla or teclado, you are simply going to add an S onto the end of the word. So then silla, the chair, becomes sillas. Teclado, which is a keyboard, will become teclados. So very simply, the first rule is if it has a vowel on the end of the noun, you're going to add an S. The second rule is that if the noun ends with a consonant, which is anything except for a vowel, you're going to add ES. So for example, cartel ends with L, which is a consonant. So that tells us that we need to put on ES to the end. So cartel becomes carteles. Poster, posters. The third rule is that if the noun ends with a Z, you're going to remove the Z and replace it with CES. So therefore, lápiz, pencil, you're going to remove the Z and add CES. So lápiz becomes lápices. And now the accent is not needed because the emphasis or the stress falls naturally where it's supposed to go. So this word is no longer breaking the rule, so it doesn't need an accent anymore. So very simply, if it ends with a vowel, you're going to add an S. If it ends with a consonant, you're going to add an ES. If it ends with a Z, you're going to take off the Z and add CES. Okay, in another chapter we learned the definite and indefinite articles, but those were the singular ones. Today we're going to learn how to make the singular articles, both definite and indefinite, plural as well. Just to review, the definite articles that we learned were el and la, and they both meant the, and los and, el and la were the definite articles, and those are singular. And the indefinite articles that we learned are un and una, so a and an. Okay, so those we already know. Now, you will need to know how to make these plural. So el is going to become los, la is going to become las. So these mean the same thing. All of these, el, la, los, las, all mean the or the, but these are singular, these are plural. So when we're going to put all this together at the end of this lesson, if it is a plural noun, we should know that it is preceded by an article. So you're going to have to make the singular article also plural. And then the indefinite articles that are singular, a and an, un and una, un is going to become unos, and una is going to become unas. But this one changes just a little bit the meaning. Instead of meaning a and an, like un and una do, unos and unas now means some or a few. And they both take on that same meaning. Okay? So some examples of this would be, and we're putting the 3 rules that I taught you at the beginning of this lesson and the rules for the definite and indefinite articles together now. So if we have el reloj, which is the clock, we're going to make it plural. We have more than one clock. So we're going to change el to los, and this ends with a consonant, so we're going to add es. So el reloj becomes los relojes. La ventana, which is the window. If we have multiple windows, we would say las ventanas. La changes to las, And this is a vowel, so we put just simply an S on the end. Un disquete, which is a computer disk or floppy disk. We're kind of out of using floppy disks, so it would probably be a USB or a computer disk at this point. Anyway, un is going to become unos, and disquete ends with a vowel again, so we're going to add S. Unos disquetes. A disk, some disks, or a few disks. Una voz. We don't know, we have not learned this word yet, but this is a voice. So if we have multiple voices, like in a choir, then we would say unas voces. So this ends with a Z. We take off the Z and we add CES. Unas voces. Una voz, a voice, unas voces, some or a few voices. Okay, so I just want to review these rules with you, and in a second I'm going to have you practice this on your own and see how well you understand what you just learned. Okay, so let's look at the rules. The singular definite articles are el and la, which mean the, and how you make those plural. El changes to los, la changes to las, and the meaning does not change. Remember, definite articles, you can remember, are called definite articles because someone is definitely sure of what they want. For example, if someone said, hand me the pencil, I know that they want that specific pencil. Indefinite articles are, just by definition, indefinite. I'm not definite about what I want. So if someone said, hand me a pencil, I know they don't care what kind of a pencil it is or which pencil it is, they just want a pencil. So you can remember what they're called, definite and indefinite articles, that way. Now the indefinite articles, the singular ones, are un and una, which mean a and an. Now how we make those plural, where we change un to unos, una to unas, but now their meaning changed. So now they mean some or a few. Alright, so now let's take all of that, and I would like you to practice. Y ahora vamos a practicar. What I would like you to do now is pause the video and take a second to change these singular articles and singular nouns to plural. And when we return, we'll see how much you understood. Okay, let's check your answers. Una clase, a class, should have become unas clases, some or a few classes. El nariz, the nose, should have become los narices, the noses. So taken off the Z and added CES. La mano, the hand, should have changed to las manos. The hand, the hands. El ojo, the eye, changed to los ojos. Un pie, a foot, changed to unos pies, some or a few feet. Una boca, a mouth, should have become unas bocas, some or a few mouths. Okay, and then el papel, the paper, should have become los papeles, the papers. And then un profesor, a teacher, will become unos profesores, some or a few teachers. And that is how you make nouns and articles plural. If there's anything that you still don't understand, remember you can always rewind and rewatch any part of the lesson that you want to. And also please bring your questions to class. Gracias.